Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Python video lesson number 1. I like to inform you, previously we studied Scratch language. I hope all of you enjoyed that lesson. Then we started Excel video lesson. It is still going on. No need to worry, it will be going on as it is. Now, I like to start Python video lesson. Now, you may ask one question. Why one must learn Python language? The answer is simple. Nowadays, in Indian CBSE syllabus, the Python language is included in grade 11 as well as grade 12 syllabus. And Tamil Nadu State Board Secondary Education syllabus. This Python language is included in 12th grade. In addition to that, those are studying engineering, they have one paper, Python language. Previously, 10 years before, those are studying engineering graduate, they have to pass out C as well as C++ language. Now, instead of C and C++ language, Python is included in the engineering subject. So, in addition to that, those are working in software concern, either Polaris, Infosys, Wipro, TCS. Nowadays, software programmers as well as software developers likes to study this Python language. From this example itself, you may understand the importance of the Python language. Now it's very simple. In these lessons, we will study just introduction for the Python language. In next class onwards, we will study in detail. First, we will see some of the review of the Python language. First point, Python language was created by Guido van Rossum. Python language was created by Guido van Rossum in year 1991. Next point, it follows procedural oriented programming concept and object oriented programming concept. Now, no need to worry about procedure. What is the difference between procedural oriented programming concept as well as object oriented programming concept? We will study it. We'll study class and the object. Now, no need to worry about what is the difference between procedural oriented as well as object oriented. We can leave it. No problem. It uses, that means Python uses interpreter. Here, what do you mean by interpreter? Before studying interpreter, we should know translator. What do you mean by translator? While studying Scratch video lesson, we wrote some of the programs with the help of move forward 10 steps, turn left 90 degree, repeat, pen down, pen up. These are the statements, or we can call it as a block. This block forms one program. Normally, these statements are written with the help of English alphabets. As a user, as a developer, as a human, we understand the meaning of the move forward 10 steps, pen up as well as pen down. Whereas computer does not know the meaning of the move 10 step forward as well as pen up, pen down, repeat. Here some difference occurs. How the problem will be solved? Here we need translator. Example, as a human, as a programmer, we write program with the help of English language. These are called high-level language. These are called high-level language. Scratch, C, C++, Python. These are comes under high-level language. Whereas computer, until now, until today, knows only low-level language. The low-level language contains only zeros and ones. Till today, computer understand only low-level language, which is constituted by zeros and ones. Whereas programmer as well as human writes a program in high-level language. So there should be one mediator to convert high-level language into low-level language. Thus, mediator is called as a translator. So whatever programmer write program in high-level language should be converted into low-level language, which can be understandable by the computer. That system is called a translator. There are two types of translator. One is compiler, another one is interpreter. Just assume in our program, we are having 10 statements. While converting the high-level language into low-level language, all the 10 statements will be converted at a stretch into low-level language. That concept called as compiler. That means compiler compiles all the program coding at a stretch into low-level language. Whereas interpreter, it converts first line alone into low-level language. Then it tries to convert second line into low-level language. So at last, 10th line will be converted into low-level language. That is the usage of interpreter. That means compiler tries to convert whole program which is written in high-level language into low-level language. Whereas interpreter tries to convert each and every statement one by one written in high-level language into low-level language. Which one is better, sir? Either compiler or interpreter. It depends upon the situation. For example, consider while using compiler, if you are having error in first line as well as third line as well as fifth line. In our program, we are having some problems, some errors in 3 places. First line, first statement contains one problem. Third statement contains another problem. Fifth statement contains another problem. It will be converted into at a stretch. So all the 3 errors will be shown. Then we will be confused because we are having so many errors at a time. Whereas interpreter, if our program contains error in first line itself, while trying to convert the first line itself into low level program, interpreter stores only one error that is available in the first line itself. Now we try to rectify the error in the first line. Then once again we have to interpreter converts the first line into low level language. So no problem occurs. Then it tries second line, no problem occurs. Third statement contains some problem. Now it shows error. Now we can rectify the third error in the third line. So line by line, we show errors one by one. So it will be easy for understanding purpose. Wherever the error comes, we can solve it one by one. From the disadvantage point of view, compiler runs the program very fast because it converts the whole program at a stage. Whereas interpreter runs very slowly. It tries to convert line by line. So it is a difference between compiler as well as interpreter. Once I would like to inform you, programmer knows only high level language. Computer knows only low level language. The translator is used to convert the program written in high level language into low level language, which can be understandable by computer. There are 2 types of translator. One is compiler. Compiler tries to convert whole program at a stretch into low level language. Whereas interpreter tries to convert line by line into low level language. So Python uses interpreter. Whenever the error comes, it will show immediately. So that is a usage of interpreter. Next part is case sensitive. Python is case sensitive. That means in Python language, we're writing the program, small a is different from capital A. That is, capital letters as well as small letters both are different. That is the case sensitive. If it is case sensitive, insensitive, both alphabets, either capital letter as well as small letter, both be considered as same. So Python is a case sensitive. So we should, while writing the program, we should be careful where we got to use the capital letter, where we got to use the small letters. Small letter is different from capital letter. Small a is different from capital A. Both are different. Okay. Now we will see these are the review of the Python. So Python language was created by Guido van Rossum in 1991. Python follows procedural oriented programming concept as well as object oriented programming concept. Now, no need to worry about what you mean by procedural oriented as well as object oriented. We will study in the later classes. Python uses interpreter. That means interpreter converts the Python program line by line into low level language which can be understandable by the computer. Python is a case sensitive. That means while writing the Python program, small a is different from capital A. Okay, that is the review of the Python. Now we will see what do you mean by program. Small introduction. Program is a sequence of instruction that specifies how to perform mathematical calculations and work with alphabets or text. So program is a sequence of instruction that specifies how to perform mathematical calculations and how to work with text. This is a small definition for the program. Now we will see how to write program in Python language. So Python program can be written in two ways. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. First we will see interactive mode. So in interactive mode, whenever the Python statement can be directly typed, interpreter immediately shows the result, but there is no provision to save the statement. Okay, so interactive mode, here we can directly type. If statement interpreter, that is Python interpreter, immediately shows the result, but we cannot save the statement. Whereas in script mode, the Python program can be created and edited and can be saved. And saved. So if it is immediately want a result, you should go for interactive mode. There are so many statements are there. For example, hundreds and thousands of statements are there. Then it is not possible to type all the statements line by line in interactive mode. Then we can go for script mode. There we can create one Python program. There we can able to type all the commands, and then if it is needed, we can change it at that point editor, and then at last we can save, and then we can interpret. Result will be shown. So these are the Python element. Now we will see how to start Python program, Python software, and how to write the program in interactive mode as well as script mode. Now, as usual, search box, place the here cursor, type Python. No need to worry about how to install the Python in our computer. I will help you. I have one manual. I will help you. No need to worry. At the end of the lesson, I will teach you how to download the Python software, how to install the Python software in our computer. So after type Python here, click it here. IDLE Python. So maximize here. This is a Python programming environment. Here simply this is called as this 3 greater than symbol is called as a Python prompt. This is called as a interactive mode. This prompt is called, this is prompt. This is called as a interactive mode. We can directly type one command. For example, I like to display how are you. So print is a one command which is used to display whatever available in open bracket as well as within single quotes. Now I like to type how are you, simple. Single quotes close bracket. So print is a one statement which is used to display the content which is available within open bracket, close bracket, as well as open single quotes, as well as double quotes. See here, directly we got output, how are you. This is the advantage of interactive mode. The problem is we cannot able to save the statement. We cannot able to save the statement. Immediately interpreter show the result. Okay, see, we will see one more example. Print, I like to add 5 numbers. Simple, 5 plus 7, close bracket. Print, open bracket, close bracket, similarly 5. If you want to display some text, that should be enclosed within single quotes. If you want to add number or display some number, no need to place the single quote, directly you can type the numbers. What is the result? 12 will come. In addition to that, we can use it, some one more example. 5 plus 7, directly you can type. It shows the result. Sequence of program, sequence of statement we can give it. For example, I like to create one variable and then I like to say one number. After that, I want to show the values available in the variable. For example, x equal to 2. So x now holds 2. That means value 2 is assigned to x variable. Then one more variable, y equal to 6. This is the 2 statement. S is assigned with 2, y is assigned with 6. Again, third statement, z equal to x plus y. Now, whatever available in x, that is 2, will be added with available content in y, that is 6. So 2 plus 6, it gives 8. Now, I like to display the content of the z, print of z. See here, it shows 8. This is the example of sequence of statement we can give in the interactive mode also. Now we go for some of the example statements. How we can write script mode. Until now, we studied how to write statement in interactive mode. Now we will go for how to write program, Python program in script mode. So go to file menu, click on new file. Now here we can write the program. If your program contains 2 to 3 lines, you can type it here itself. That is interactive mode itself. If a program contains so many coding, for example, hundreds and hundreds of coding, hundreds and hundreds of statement, it is better go to script mode. This is script mode. Here you can write program. First we will see print, one small program I wrote it that contains 3 statements. Print success computer education. Already know well, print is a one statement which is used to display the content available within double quotes. In second line, I like to type welcomes you. Third line, I like to display to learn Python. So our program contains three statements. First statement, print, open bracket, close bracket, within single quotes, success computer education. Second statement contains welcomes you. Third statement contains to learn Python. I like to save the program. If there are some mistakes is there, you can change it up. You know how to change it. I like to save it. Go to file menu and then save. You can save anywhere, but I like to save in F drive. I want to create a new folder. In this folder, I like to save it. I am giving number 1. Whatever name you want, you can give it. So .py, it will be automatically included. Since I am giving a number 1 only, whatever name, Selvam, Guru, Bhaskar, Python, whatever name you can give it, but the extension .py will be, it is included. It is here. See the file name. Since I am giving only one, number 1, py is automatically included. How we can run the program? Very simple. Go to run menu and click run module. Otherwise, you can directly simple F5. See the output, success computer education welcomes you. So after that, I like to change here. Instead of success computer education, I like to change this Sariga computer education. Then now it's also very simple. Since already we saved the program, go to open. Now we know where we get saved the program. We saved into F drive. This is our program. Select and open. You can click it here. Then we get saved. Whenever you make some changes, you got to save it and then go to run model, or directly you can press F5. See the output, Sariga computer education welcomes you to learn Python. So how we can come out from the Python software set? It is also very simple. Quit, open bracket, close bracket, press enter. You just come out of the, here you got your program is still running. Do you want to click? Just simply click OK. So you can close it. That's all. So today I stopped here itself. Today we studied some of the review of the Python language. That means Python was created by Guido van Ransom in 1991. It follows procedural-oriented programming concept as well as object-oriented programming concept. It is platform independent. It uses interpreter. It is case sensitive. Then we studied about program. What do you mean by program? It is a sequence of instruction that specifies how to work with number. That means calculation with the number, mathematical calculations, or working with the text. Then Python program can be written in 2 ways. That is interactive mode. Another one is script mode. So interactive mode, you can directly type the statement. Python interpreter immediately gives the result. The problem is you cannot save the statements. Whereas in script mode, you can create your own program, you can edit it, and you can save it. If you want a future purpose, you can retrieve the same program and you can make changes. That is addition can be done. So this is what in Python interactive, we type in some of the command directly. The sequence of statements can also be typed in the interactive mode also. The only problem is you cannot able to save it. In future reference, you cannot use it. So we studied how to open the Python also, Python software, how to create one program, and then how to save it. And then we studied how to open the program, and then how to make changes, how to run the program. Today I stopped here itself. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. We will see a little bit more in coming lessons. Thank you, students. Bye-bye.